everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com. Here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, September 23rd through Sunday, September 29th, 2019. For this week's weekly reading, we'll be using the Angel Tarot deck by Radley Valentine for the main message for everyone. And your special message card, depending on your stone of choice this week, will be coming from the Messages from Your Angels deck. And I also have the Romance Angels deck for a special message card this week as well, because we're having a new moon in the partnership sign of Libra. So just a reminder that this is the last full week of September, and this is a powerful turning point month, a month of completion of energies on many levels, perhaps situations, circumstances, perhaps energies, emotions, belief systems within you. There's something here that's coming to a cycle of completion. So be sure to watch the monthly angel card reading for the month of September if you haven't already. So let's go ahead and take a look at your stones of choice. Your first stone of choice, and these are all relationship-oriented stones, by the way. So our first stone of choice is rhodochrosite, beautiful pink rhodochrosite. And this helps to stimulate love and passion within you. It helps to open the heart chakra. It helps to lift depression, and it helps to improve your sense of self-worth. Your second stone of choice is rose quartz. And this rose quartz is a stone that helps with forgiveness. It's also a stone of reconciliation. It's a stone that helps to lower stress and tension. It helps to clear away anger, jealousy, and resentment. And then your last stone of choice is this beautiful piece of raw ruby that I got recently at one of the crystal shows here about not even quite a month ago. The raw ruby is a powerful healer of heart chakra related issues. It helps to balance your emotions. It helps with the expression of love towards others and towards yourself. And it's a very passionate stone, a passionate energy about this. So this involves sexual passion as well as just passion for life and living. So again, your stones of choice for the week are the rhodochrosite, the rose quartz, and the raw ruby. So let's talk a little bit about the astrology for the week. We start out on Monday, the 23rd of September, and we have the sun moving into the sign of Libra. So this is the time of year, every year, that the sun moves into that sign of partnerships, relationships, balance, harmony, compromise. Now, as of recently, we had a lot of planets in Virgo. Earlier in September and through the last part of August, we had personal planets, the Sun, Mercury, Venus, and Mars, all in Virgo. Now we're transitioning into the sign of Libra, and we've already had Mercury, the messenger planet, moving into Libra. We had Venus, the planet that rules the divine feminine energies, move into Venus. Now this week, we have the Sun moving into Libra. Now, the Mars planet is going to be not until I think it's October 3rd before that moves into Libra. But we've had a good transitioning here out of the sign of service, work, details, projects needing to be done, a lot of busyness in life. That Virgo energy was a lot of things that needed to be taken care of and things that needed to be paid attention to. Now we're moving into, again, the Libra realm. So it's all about our one-on-one relationships with other people. And it's not just of a romantic nature. Libra rules all kinds of one-on-one relationships. So this can include business partnerships, friendships, family relationships. But a lot of times we do think of it as our romantic partners or significant others. So now for the next month, the sun is in that sign, kind of highlighting those energies. Remember, balance, compromise, equality. These are all things that Libra rules. On Wednesday, the 25th of September, we have Venus, which I just mentioned has already gone into Libra previously. and it is in a challenging aspect to Saturn. Now, Saturn just last week, last Wednesday, so a week ago today, or a week ago, Wednesday the 25th, Saturn turned back to direct motion at 13 degrees of Capricorn. So Saturn is a slow enough moving planet that it probably hasn't budged from that 13-degree point. It's still hanging out there. It's not moving very fast, although it is now at least pointing in a direct kind of motion fashion. But because it's sort of still at a standstill, it's going to heighten or intensify those energies of Saturn, which is all about karmic lessons. It's about karmic challenges, feelings of restriction or limitation, things that we need to restructure in our lives. So with Venus challenging Saturn on Wednesday the 25th, and I'd say the day or two approaching Wednesday, we're going to be feeling like we're going through some old karmic lessons, I want to say. You know, we might feel a little bit held back from restriction in our relationships. Maybe we need to express something and we feel we're not able to. Maybe we're feeling a little trapped by some sort of situation or circumstance in some sort of relationship that we're involved in. But at the very least, we're going to be going through or reworking old karmic lessons right now. And again, there's an opportunity for a restructuring to take place. Saturn wants to restructure, but this is a challenging aspect. So it might feel a little bit heavy at times on or around this day. And then when we follow it up on Thursday, the 26th, we have Mercury in Libra. And again, Mercury rules our thoughts, ideas, communications, rules the mental realm. It's also in Libra right now, so it's about communication with other people. And it's in a challenging aspect to Pluto. Now, Saturn and Pluto are the two heavy hitters here in astrology. You know, Saturn again rules those karmic lessons, things from the past, that feeling of responsibility or sometimes burdensome feelings, but it's all about restructuring, revamping, building a solid foundation. Pluto, on the other hand, is about death and rebirth, transformation, regeneration, power and control, and it really kind of digs down deep into the meat of the matter. So here we have these two personal planets, Venus in Libra on Wednesday, Mercury in Libra on Thursday, and they're challenging these two heavy planets. With Mercury challenging Pluto on Thursday, the 26th, we might find that our communications with others are a little bit challenged. There might be some power and control issues where we're trying to own our own power and it comes out through verbal discussions, let's say. So, you know, this is a time to be more aware and more discerning of thinking before you speak and what's really going on underneath in your own subconscious, maybe what's going on with the patterns for someone else, if you can intuit that. But to realize that people are going to be going through, and this could be also just going through something on your own too, by the way. This doesn't necessarily have to play out with other people, but you could be feeling challenged within your own mind and your own subconscious regarding relationships, partnerships in some way, shape, or form. So we have that going on Wednesday and Thursday, and then on Saturday the 28th, we have a new moon at 5 degrees of Libra. Now that, of course, means that on Friday the 27th, we're in that dark of the moon phase, the time right before the new moon, where the moon is reflecting the least amount of light. And remember, the moon rules our emotions, our feelings, and our subconscious. So whenever we're in a dark of the moon phase right before a new moon, this is really a time to go within. This is a time to really try to contemplate and do a lot of inner soul searching and inner soul healing on that emotional body level. So then on Saturday, when we have the new moon in Libra, this is the starting point of a new beginning of some type. Okay, a new beginning in regards to relationships and how we operate in relationships. Maybe there's new relationships coming into your life. Now, maybe there's a new beginning in an existing relationship, meaning that we have to look at how the relationship has been operating or the belief systems in the relationship and do a lot of healing work prior to the new moon. And of course, earlier this week with some of those challenging aspects, having some very powerful potent but yet maybe challenging discussions with those people in our lives, maybe going over some old karmic patterns or lessons in relationship matters. and again, all types of relationships, right before this new moon and new beginning occurs on Saturday. Now, again, it could be new relationships. It could be like the ending of something old or an old relationship and the beginning of something new, or opening the door to something new. Or this could be more metaphoric and energetic, where again, there's the ending of an old pattern or way of operating in a relationship with someone. And we now need to revamp that, restructure that, transform that with Saturn and Pluto's influence this week, and start to move forward in a new and better way. The new moon is giving us that opportunity to plant some new seeds with this idea of balance and compromise and equality that Libra rules within our relationships. Okay, so let's take a look at the messages from our angels and guides and see what they have to say for the week. So the first card here is the Lovers. In fact, it's the Lovers. And it's major arcana number 6, and the number 6 is a number of balance. And again, Libra is seeking that balance. Libra needs balance in their lives, balance in their relationships, balance in their activities, balance in work, to be able to function at its most optimum. But here we have the Lovers ruled by Archangel Raphael, the Archangel of healing. Healing the physical body, but also healing the emotional body, healing our emotions. And in this case, definitely Archangel Raphael is here to help to heal the heart chakra of old emotional wounds or current emotional wounds and patterns that we are currently experiencing or operating. And he's also the archangel that helps to heal love between people. He helps to bring that healing on that emotional level between us and the family members, us and the friendships, us and, yes, even the business partnerships, but us and the romantic partnerships as well. And the message at the bottom here says, intimate relationships, carefully weigh your decisions. And it says good health. So now there's an indication here that we're definitely dealing with relationships in this case. The image of the couple here embracing one another stands out to me as I look at this. And, you know, the first phrase being intimate relationships suggests that that is indeed, of course, with all the Libra emphasis we have going on, that is indeed what we're dealing with. Carefully weigh your decisions. I feel like, again, we're needing to be in contemplation mode. You don't want to make a knee-jerk reaction or a quick and sudden decision without first contemplating deeply and carefully what's really going on within yourself, what patterns you're supposed to be aware of within yourself, but perhaps also looking at things from the other person's point of view and maybe putting yourself in their shoes. What are they going through? What lessons are they learning? And maybe you don't know, and it's not really even for you to know, but just know that everyone is going through some sort of healing. We're always on this constant soul journey of healing and becoming aware of who we are and raising our vibration and evolution. So in this time period, this month of completion, September is that month of completion as a whole. And now we are nearing the dark of the moon phase before a new moon. So we're all going through some sort of deep kind of healing on an emotional relationship sort of level. So again, just very carefully contemplate, think about, analyze, that's a lot of Virgo terms there, but we really want to look into ourselves and what's really happening from our perspective, from the other person's perspective. Remember, Libra, the sign of the scales, it weighs their options and it weighs all possibilities, and that's really what you want to do here within this week. Let's take a look at the second card for the week. Okay, we have another major arcana. So this is major arcana number 20. And it's ruled by Archangel Jeremiah. Archangel Jeremiah is that archangel that helps us to review the past, review past patterns, to get ready to take a step forward, maybe in a different direction, or to take a step forward to operate in a different way. It says at the bottom here to review and evaluate. So we're reviewing and evaluating how we're currently operating within our relationships. We're reviewing and evaluating how we're playing a certain role or the part that we do play in our relationships, and how we might be playing off of other people's patterns and reflecting them back and forth. So Saturn, which is involved this week with Venus challenging Saturn, asks us to take responsibility. So take responsibility for your part, your thoughts, your actions, your reactions. It doesn't mean to let other people walk all over you. Saturn definitely wants boundaries, but it does ask you to be real and realize that we're all going through, again, some karmic lessons of a personal nature, and we need to take responsibility for that. And then it says a favorable assessment of the facts and time to move in a new direction. Well, we're nearing that new moon, which is, again, nearing that place we will be able to move in a new direction, whether it's situationally or energetically. We're getting towards that time. And here we have the symbology of Archangel Jeremiah holding a staff with a amethyst colored, purple colored light at the top of it. So, that rules the crown chakra, that color. And that is the chakra of higher awareness. So I feel like Archangel Jeremiah here is asking us to have a higher awareness of what's going on, what's taking place within our associations with other people. And we have a family, a man, a woman, a child, and they're looking at Archangel Jeremiah as if for some sort of message or guidance. So I feel like calling upon your angels and guides this week, obviously, as we all should interact with them and ask for their support daily. But, asking them to give you some sort of message as to how to see things from a deeper perspective, perhaps. And I like that this is called renewal because there's that possibility and potential for a renewal to take place. In the traditional tarot, this is the Judgment card. And it's not about judging others or even judging yourself, but it's about taking some time to really clearly review the facts of what's really happening and what's going on from a higher soul perspective, and to get ready, as this is the second to the last of the major arcana here. We're coming to some completion phase of something, just like that dark of the moon phase, the month of September also being a completion month. This week's weekly reading takes us till the 29th of September, which is almost the end of the month anyway. So we're nearing this time of completion, and we're getting ready to renew ourselves or renew an aspect of our life. Let's take a look at that last card. We've had two major arcana cards here so far, and let's see what the last one is. Okay, so we have the Page of Water. The Page of Water. This is the Page of Cups in the traditional tarot, and it says intuitive, sensitive, artistic, and friendly. And then at the bottom it says a new person enters your life, a relationship begins a new phase, and heightened psychic abilities. Well, definitely we know what phrase stands out here given what the astrological energies are this week, and that is that a relationship begins a new phase. The pages are all about messages and communications. So this is really indicating that emotional communication, and not emotional in the sense that we're angry or frustrated, but meaning that we're talking about our emotions, we're talking about our feeling, we're communicating about, how we feel within the relationship, how we feel within ourselves, how we feel truly about the other person, of course, with unconditional love and compassion, and what we desire, for the relationship. How we desire to move forward in the relationship or not, depending on the situation. But, this is about kind communication, again, sensitive, loving communication. That's the best way to have something positive happen or change, no matter what it is that we're trying to communicate. But this is to really kind of be open. Now, the page sometimes is an immature energy. So sometimes the pages can be a little immature emotionally, or emotionally react, or just say things without thinking. We don't want to do that here. We want to speak, again, with compassion and love for the other people within our lives. And have that compassion and love for yourself too. But this is just saying that sensitive emotional communication is something that may be highlighted. And again, it may bring us to some sort of new beginning or new phase within the relationship, how we operate in the relationship, what we desire in the relationship, and how we want to proceed in the relationship. So let's go ahead and take a look at the special message card, depending on your stone of choice, Okay, so this is the messages from the Angels deck, and the people that chose, look at this one sticking up, the Rhodochrosite is Xana, and it says, you are protected from all types of harm. The worst is now behind you, and I ask you to relax and feel safe. So, I feel like, first of all, of course, you are protected and guided always. So know that your angels and guides are helping you along the way. I do feel like we are, as we're entering that dark of the moon phase, and then, of course, Saturday, we're in a new moon cycle. I feel like this week is what they mean by the worst is now behind you, and I ask you to relax and feel safe. You might go through some bumps in the road, some ups and downs during the week, up until the point of the new moon, Saturday, and moving into Sunday, and then, of course, next week. And then soon again, we'll be in the month of October, which is a whole new energy. So know that you're completing something. You might be completing something challenging, but know that after that, things are going to get better. Things are going to look brighter. Things are going to feel lighter. So call upon your angels and guides. And here we see Xana with the heart chakra kind of lighting up here for me. And so open up your heart to unconditional love of self, unconditional love towards others, and that compassion towards self and others as well. All right, let's take a look at the special message card for the people that chose the Rose Quartz. Give this a little shuffle and asking for, and the one on the bottom is calling my attention. Rose Quartz, Akasha. You are a spiritual teacher. You have the ability to counsel others and help them awaken their spiritual gifts and divine life mission. So I feel like a lot of you that chose the Rose Quartz, you might be assisting other people. Maybe you are a counselor or a therapist or a life coach or a spiritual reader or healer of some sorts. So you might have a lot of people coming to you this week that are dealing with some relationship related challenges. And I feel like you're here to kind of help them heal, to guide them, to teach them, to counsel them in some way. So know that others may be coming to you for that kind of help and assistance. They're also saying that this can be you within an interpersonal relationship of your own, again, whether it be family, friendship, romantic, or business related, that you're emulating this sense of balance and peace, all those wonderful Libra qualities of balance and peace and compromise, and you are, through your own actions and way of being or ways of responding, you're acting as a teacher to them. Okay, so there's two ways to look at this. Again, we have a lot of purple going on in this card. So again, opening up that crown chakra to higher guidance, higher wisdom, higher unconditional love and compassion as you are in that role of that spiritual teacher in some way, shape, or form. All right, and then for those of you that chose the Raw Ruby, let's give this a little shuffle and asking for the message for Raw Ruby, and this one actually keeps calling my attention. This is Isaiah. It's a good time to give birth to new ideas and situations in your life. I am watching over you, guiding you, and protecting you during these changes. So also again, there's this idea of this new birth that's coming in, new birth of ideas, new birth of situations, new birth of energies within relationship, new birth within yourself of new energies, thoughts, emotions, ideas. And again, you're being watched over and guided here. You're being protected here as you move forward. There was something else that stood out here as I was reading that. Is I feel like you are going to be going through some changes this week, some redirections within situations or circumstances in your life, within relationship matters perhaps. To me, it's indicating some sort of changes, death and rebirth energies, but it feels like a gentle death and rebirth. It doesn't feel like anything, hugely like pull the rug out from under you traumatic. It just feels like there's a gentle kind of death and rebirth transformational energy that's bringing in some changes for you this week regarding situations and events. All right, now let's take a look at the special message card with the romance angels for those of you that are definitely dealing with some sort of relationship related circumstance in your life. So we're going to give these a shuffle, and the rhodochrosite people are first. Okay, okay, this one definitely didn't want to go, so we're going to turn that one over for rhodochrosite. Okay, it does say deception here, and it says someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. So, this doesn't have to be as hugely direct as it seems. We think of deception, we're being deceived, someone's lying to us. It could be that there's something like that going on, but this could be just that we are not being our true selves. Maybe we're deceiving ourselves as far as what we really want or how we really desire to experience a situation or a relationship in our lives. So we might be the ones wearing the mask. We might be the ones that we don't want to take off that mask of illusion and see the truth of what it is that we desire. So remember that we can look at it that way too. Now, as far as someone else deceiving you or bringing in some sort of deception energies, remember that other people may be operating under subconscious patterns in their lives. And it doesn't mean that necessarily they're consciously trying to hurt you or deceive you or lie to you. This could be a subconscious playing out of some sort of pattern that they're operating under. So again, just realize that. And it doesn't mean that you shouldn't try to call them on it or have a conversation about it. Again, hopefully through an open heart and loving communication. But just remember that perhaps they're maybe even consciously unaware that they have this particular pattern that they're operating under. It might come from their own childhood, might come from a situation in their past, or even from a past life, to where they might even just be blinded to how it is they're operating. Okay, so let's take a look at the message for the rose quartz people. Rose quartz. Okay, and this one's sticking up and calling my attention. Okay, almost an opposite energy here with wedding, and it says this situation involves marriage. So, some of you definitely that chose the rose quartz, there's partnership, relationship, things going on. Whether you're married or not, this is just about a committed relationship. Could be a living together situation, but it's definitely about some sort of committed partnership and a relationship. So if you're in one, the situation at hand this week involves this connection with this other person, okay? Maybe meaning, again, that there's healing that needs to take place, open, honest, sincere communications that need to take place. Maybe the both of you need to get away together and have some downtime together to reconnect. Now, for those of you that aren't necessarily in a committed partnership, this could be about the new moon and Libra cycle that will eventually bring in the person that you're meant to be with. So it doesn't necessarily mean that the wedding is taking place this week or that you will even necessarily meet the partner of your dreams this week, but just know that the Libra new moon will start a new cycle of the opening of the energy to attracting this person. So, and maybe you've been through some old karmic cycle with a previous partnership or a series of previous partnerships. This can also be an indication to you all if you're single and, wondering if you're going to find that person that you're meant to be with. This is confirmation that yes, you will. So again, stay in a place of faith and trust that that will happen. But again, for those of you in relationships, know that there might be some attention that the partnership that you're in needs at this time for healing to take place. And then for those of you that chose the Ra Ruby, okay, I need to close my eyes, they said, for a minute. Okay, Ra Ruby. Okay, this one's calling my attention. It says it's safe for you to love. And it says at the bottom, open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So I feel like a lot of you have been through some challenges in the past, whether it be recent past or long distance past, about relationships. And maybe your heart is closed down. Your heart chakra is not necessarily open to receiving not just love from another significant romantic other, but maybe love from anybody. And maybe it's closed off to even your own self, which is where it needs to begin anyway, is opening your heart to yourself, knowing that you're worthy and deserving of love, giving that love and nurturing and compassion to yourself, and then opening up your heart to friends, family, those that really support you, and receiving love and nurturing and attention and guidance from them. And that will eventually domino effect into having this open, loving, balanced heart chakra to be able to receive love from another significant person in your life. And maybe it's not even about romantic relationship. Maybe it's about feeling safe to love within a family situation or a friendship situation. Maybe the certain family or family member or friendship person is not the person that's safe anymore, but know that there is safety out there with other people. Know that it's okay for you to be in your heart. It's okay for you to offer that love, again, to yourself and to other people, and that not all people will have a negative or lower vibrating effect on you. So open, they're saying, to the unconditional love of the universe first and foremost. Open up to your angels and guides and God source energy universe, the goddess energy, to kind of just envelop you in this beautiful soft pink light of healing, and know that love is the true essence of who you are, and it's safe to feel and express that love. So I hope you've liked this weekly angel card reading. Thank you so much, all of you, for your comments on my videos, sharing my videos, subscribing to the channel, commenting on and following me on Facebook, and checking out my new and improved website as of the last couple of months. We're still working on the online store for that, but hopefully that will be up and running soon, and we'll have all kinds of goodies there for you to look at and be able to purchase if you so wish. So I want to send my love and light to all of you, and many, many angel blessings.